In the middle of London town, there is a girl named Elisa who is a flower seller. There is a couple of mother and son that is running quickly to take a taxi. Then they catch with Elisa. Then the flower dropped. Elisa got very angry. That was the first meeting of Elisa and Freddie. Then Freddie was sorry to Elisa. Um, Elisa walked to Freddie's mother and said that is your sunlight. He made flower dropped but without paying. But Freddie mother unhappy that Elisa said.
Then his mother ignored her and walked away. Elisa kept following up. Then there is a man walking in and said, "Be careful, there a man over there who writing down every word." You are saying Elisa walking to the man who held the book and said her, "I haven't done anything wrong. I just wanted him to pay for my flowers. Why are you writing down all my words? You just told me what you wrote." This man said Elisa come from West London. Elisa's father got thrown out from the club with his friends because they don't have money to pay the bills. His name is Alfred. In that moment, Elisa walked through the club. Her father go to ask some money for her.
She refused, but today she get lucky, so she gave money to him. Then her father continued to drink happily.
In the next morning, while Higgins and Pickering sit in the office, the record was loud. We listened to it carefully. After that, Mrs. Page, who is the housekeeping, came in and asked, "Is Mr. Higgins there?" The girl wants to meet him. Higgins says to Mrs. Page to let her in. Elisa comes into the house with the perfect outfit. Higgins meets Elisa again, and he doesn't satisfy, but Elisa wants to learn how to speak in a good accent with him. She offered the money to him, but he doesn't satisfy with this offer, so Pickering suggests that this offer is interesting.
He also paid to Higgins that if he can do it, he will be the best teacher and said to Elisa that he will pay tuition fee for her. Higgins deal with Pickering's offer. He called Mrs. Page to bring Elisa to wash and take a bath and wear new clothes to prepare herself before learning. From yesterday, the girl practiced all day long until she can speak well and she can sing too. So she succeeded to the next level. After she can speak, she go to the horse racing. She go to talk with the guy and she speak with that sentence that she practiced. The result was satisfactory.
One evening, Higgins and Pickering they were both in black suits, ready to go the embassy ball. Elisa walked into the room looking very beautiful in an expensive new dress. Higgins studied carefully. Pickering, away gentleman, they arrived in the barn. People think she charmed, Mr. Higgins said. Harrington asked Pickering, "Who that beautiful young woman with Professor?" Higgins was, and Pickering had to think for a minute before Pickering said, "Elisa Dolittle." Elisa came down the stairs in the ballroom. Everybody in the room turned to watch her. Then the Queen of Transylvania came into the room with her husband and walking past Eliza. She stopped and put one hand up to touch Eliza's face. Absolutely charming, the Queen said, and she moved on into the room. They arrived home from the ball. Eliza was tired. She stood quietly near Higgins' desk in the corner, while Higgins and Pickering talked excitedly together. Eliza stood without moving and listening. She got more angry at last when Pickering left the room and Higgins told her to bring him his slipper. The slippers were by his desk.
Some time later, Eliza out of the front door of the home. Freddy was still there. Having been there every day, Eliza has no time for this. She walked upstairs with Freddy behind her. It was 5 o'clock early in the morning of the same night at Covent Garden Market. Some of were singing a few lines of Eliza's song. Eliza came into the square and walked shyly over the fire. Suddenly, the door of a pub on the side of the square opened, and Eliza's father came out. There are drinks and girls all over London, and I must find some of them in the next hour. And he suddenly started to sing. Alfred and all his friends start to sing and dance a final goodbye dance for Alfred all towards the market. The sun was almost up now. It was morning. Back at Higgins' flat, at about 11 o'clock that same morning, Higgins was shooting from his room. Pickering, Eliza gone. Higgins went on. Why did she go? I can't understand it at all. Women are never sensible. They got head full of wool. Stupid thing. At about the same time, Eliza was at Mr. Higgins' house. Higgins just sat and looked at her. Eliza, you are wonderful. I like you to be strong like this, Higgins said. Eliza looked at him coolly, turned away and walked to the door. She went. Higgins could not speak. He walked slow to the door and called Vicky. His mother come in. She gone. Higgins said, almost to himself, what can I do?
Higgins was outside his house in Wimpole Street late that afternoon. He couldn't stop thinking about Eliza. Now he knew that he wanted her with him. She was part of his world. He grew accustomed to her face. He took his key out pocket, but suddenly stopped. He did not know quite what to do without Eliza. He needed her. He was in his workroom that evening, but he could work. He walked loud and loud the room. He stopped next to his recording machine and turned it on. Eliza's voice came out into room. He sat down with his back to the machine and listened. His head down, very softly. Eliza walked into the room behind him. She stood looking at him. Eliza turned off the machine. Higgins sat up straight in his chair. Most of all, he wanted to laugh loudly, to run to her. Instead, he sat back in the chair again, pushed his hat down over his eye and very softly Elisa, where are my slippers? Elisa wanted to cry. She understood him so well.